So welcome to the our Thursday, the 21st chat. The official number for our it was 64. It's jumped up since that time. And we don't have any residents that I am aware of who wanted to make any announcements. If I'm wrong, please raise your hand. Okay, then we'll move right on to Josh and Eileen.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Jerry. Wow, right, me first today. Eileen, I believe, will not be on. I think it'll just be me, Jerry. And today, if I may, just quickly, I'm going to go over some of the upcoming dining operation changes. And as I go through this, please be aware that this will get sent out through Dining Communications tomorrow. The highlights and bullet points will also be included in Matt's letter and the Culinary Corner. And as always, this information is available on the dining website under upcoming events. And the nice thing about the dining website is there are times where the dining website is loaded prior to the Friday when the dining communications go out. So sometimes you can get the information ahead of time. So if anybody ever has any questions about navigating the dining website, I'm happy to answer them. I'm just going to share my screen quickly. And again, this will be going out in the dining communications tomorrow, chronologically, starting with Christmas Eve. There are no changes to the dining operations on Sunday, December 24th to Nosh. It will be open for lunch and dinner as usual. Central, which is normally closed on Sunday, has added a brunch buffet from 11 a.m. To 2 p.m. And of course, we are starting to fill up for that brunch. So if you haven't already done so, I would certainly call. Last time I checked, I believe we have 75 approaching 80 for the brunch on Sunday. Monday, the 25th, Christmas Day, both dining outlets will be closed for dinner, but both will be available for lunchtime. The Nosh Deli will open up at 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. And Centro will be open from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Centro has a special price fix menu. That menu was shared in last week's dining communication, will be shared again in today's dining communication, tomorrow's dining communication, and it's available on the dining website under upcoming events. New Year's Eve, we are seeing the number of signups for the New Year's Eve Gala event in Great Middle Hall go up. We're very excited about that. Last time I checked, we were at about 75. Tomorrow is the deadline for those signups. So if you have not done so, please get in. We have limited seating. About 120 would be the maximum. So if you are planning on attending the gala event in Great Middle Hall on New Year's Eve, please get that sign-up form down to Joe at the concierge desk. If you're not attending the gala event, but still want a dining option, Nosh will be open for lunch as usual. And then we'll be doing a Chinese dinner buffet from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Reservations are recommended. We will accommodate all of those that come down. However, reservations for seating will have preferences. If you didn't make a reservation and come down, there, of course, would be the chance that there may be a wait. And you can start to make those reservations right away. If you'd like to make a reservation for the New Year's Eve buffet in Nosh, you can go ahead and do that. If you're unable to do it online, simply call Centro at 49100 and put your reservation in. And then finally, on New Year's Day, Centro will have a, excuse me, I'm sorry. That information's not correct. I have to update this. I apologize. On New Year's Day, Centro will be closed for lunch on New Year's Day and will have a buffet dinner. So I will have to update that information. This was a copy and paste issue, so please disregard that. And same thing with Nosh. Nosh on New Year's Day will be open up as usual. So I will certainly make those updates, and my apologies for that. Thank you for working with me. And again, I do really thank this community for accommodating our staff who balance being able to serve you on certain holidays and then still have some time to spend with their family and friends. So greatly appreciated and thank you.
So are there any questions? Yeah, Larry Crone, go ahead. Unmute, Larry.
Yeah. I'm wondering about ordering in possibilities on all of those days, the Sunday, Monday, each weekend.
Okay, I want to make
what
sure
are-
I understand your question, Larry. Let's go through this. Which days are you asking about?
I'm talking about the Saturday, the Sunday and Monday of each of these holiday weekends. If we want to order in, what can we do?
Okay, on the Sunday and Monday. So for Sunday, are you talking for Christmas Eve?
I'm talking about, yes, I'm talking about Christmas Eve and also Christmas Day.
Okay, thank you. Christmas Eve Sunday, there will be no takeout from Centro. They'll have the buffet in Centro, but that is dine-in only. Nosh is open as usual on Sunday, Christmas Eve, so you can order as long as you order by 2 p.m. for dinner, you can get your dinner delivered as usual. So no changes at all to the Nosh operation on Sunday, December 24th. On Christmas Day, both restaurants are closed for dinner, so there will be no dinner service, and that does include the takeout. So if you do want something for to dine in, your option would be to come down for lunch, whether the deli counter or Centro, and pick it up. I want to be careful. If you call in a to-go, it really depends on the business volume. As I understand it right now, Christmas Day in Centro already has about 50 reservations for lunch on Christmas Day. So it will just depend on the amount of staff of whether or not we're able to do deliveries, which most people know for lunch it typically incur a $10 delivery fee. So I want to be careful. If we're able to do it and have the staff, we certainly will. But I can't commit that the deliveries for lunch. You may have to come down and grab something to bring back to your apartment. Larry, did that answer your questions for those particular
For that
holidays?
weekend, how about the
Yep.
following weekend?
Okay,
New
so
Year's,
we're going to
New
talk
Year's Eve and
New
New Year's
Year's
Day.
Eve and New Year's Day. Thank you, Larry. So for New Year's Eve, Centro is closed completely as it normally is on Sundays. Nosh will be the always on menu will be available as long as you place that order by 2 p.m. The Chinese buffet will be for dine-in only. So if you would like something delivered to your unit on Sunday, New Year's Eve, it would be from Nosh from that always on menu. You could also order a deli for lunch and come down and pick it up as well. On New Year's Day, Centro's menu will be available for takeout for dinner as long as you order by 2 p.m. And then for dine-in on Centro, remember on New Year's Day, it is a buffet dinner, and that menu will go out in next week's dining communication. As far as Nosh, there are no operational changes to Nosh on Monday, New Year's Day. So you will be able to order before 2 p.m. from the Nosh menu for that night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Stan,
You're welcome.
do you still have a question, Stan? Okay, then Nancy Woke.
I'm just wondering if that brunch on Christmas Day is open to guests. I know it's at Centro where we don't usually have guests, but is it?
It is, Nancy. I have seen some guests registered for that. But again, you know, it just I would get that in sooner than later. The team let me know that it is starting to fill up as it's this Sunday. But I would say you would call down there and we certainly can accommodate guests. Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, a lot of information. So, Matt, you're on. And
Wow.
won't forget to announce that you're going to be missing on vacation next.
All right. I will
week.
make sure not to forget that one. So for starters, I just wanted to tell the community how amazing it was to be part of the interfaith dinner that happened the other night. Sharon, Betty, David, Mary really put together one incredible event, and culinary just did an outstanding job. It was the best of Newbridge in one place. It really was something very special. And so for all of you that were there, thank you for being in attendance. And for all of you that had a hand in putting this together, thank you. It was moving. It really was quite an incredible event. From the COVID front, we have seen a drastic decline in COVID cases. We're down to 1 case in independent living, which is great news, particularly when it seemed like the week before the cases were starting to tick up. So keep doing what you're doing. If you're not feeling well, make sure you mask, the usual stuff. Security is always here and can test if you need to be tested. I just want to pause right there after those quick 2 pieces of information. Okay. Some of you may have gone in the parking garage and seen some temporary speed bumps in there. Those will be rotating around the campus, and they're there for multifold of reasons. For starters, it makes sure that we are aware when we're driving. That's number 1. Number 2, it's going to help slow us down a little bit in the garage. Number 3, some Rashi parents may find it in Great Meadow Road as they start to come on campus or leave campus. We deliberately got speed bumps that were removable, and it's going to allow us the opportunity to kind of make people slow down and stop and think a little bit and make sure they're paying attention. So this is our way of helping each other stay on our toes, and that goes for employees as well. And so if you see them out there, that's what those are. And thank you for your cooperation and your attentive driving while on campus. Everybody got a voice friend that we were excited about, and then we had to turn around and say that you weren't getting it anymore, which was Clean Harbors was coming to pump out the hydraulic oil in the 5,000 elevator. And then Mother Nature threw this huge storm across the state of Massachusetts, and it turns out Clean Harbors is now busy, but they will be here very soon to finish pumping out the hydraulic oil out of the elevator. Once that is done, they'll put in the new elevator jack and the casing that goes around it. Then when that's complete, we then have the luxury of waiting for the state of Massachusetts to come in here and test it to make sure that it can be certified to be put back in service. So the waiting game continues, but here is the good news. Everything we need to do this job is here on site. So we're not waiting on anything. Kone, the elevator company, is ready to go. But we're waiting a little bit just for Clean Harbors, number 1, and then number 2, the state of Massachusetts. My experience has been, and I think a lot of you can attest to this, the state of Massachusetts, that's going to be the hard one. So patience, and we'll keep you updated as we go. Jerry, any chance you can give access to Kendall Grondell to share her screen?
I don't see her. Where is Kendall?
Kendall, can you raise your hand? So you can go to the top of Jerry's screen.
I have it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you. So we've got some exciting news from the admin space. Lynette Charles, our admin here, had her baby on Saturday. His name is Jonathan, 7 pounds. And Lynette and Jonathan and Lynette's husband, Jonathan, everybody's doing really well. So we're very excited for all of them. And so Lynette will be out for some time. And this is the little guy right here. So, and she worked up until the last minute. Like, I've never seen anything like it in my life. And so we're really, really excited for her. Anyway, if you want to take down the share, that'd be great. I want to make sure that everybody pays attention in tomorrow's letter. It'll have the updated housekeeping holiday schedule, which is an important thing to have in that schedule. It's absolutely key. So pay attention to that. So if your housekeeping falls on one of the days of the holiday, that schedule will tell you when your housekeeping will come in. I'm looking in the chat right now, and I'm sorry to say I forgot recognition for Lorraine Witzberg. Lorraine, I apologize for forgetting. Your words that you put in place were absolutely incredible. It was phenomenal. And lastly, I just want to wish everybody a wonderful holiday season and new year. As Jerry alluded to, I will not be here. I have a couple weeks off, and lucky enough, Jess Coleman is part of our team, so she'll be here running the day-to-day operations, and she'll be the one putting out the Friday letter, as well as covering the Zoom chats So I'll be back on January 8th. So I have a few weeks off. Christmas week, spend with the kids while they're on school vacation. And then the following week, I'm just gonna kind of hang out with my wife, get a couple things done, and just relax, and maybe throw a little bit of skiing in the mix there with the kids. And that's about it from me, Jerry.
Thank you. So this is going to be the shortest Zoom we've had on record. Anybody else have any announcements, any questions? Larissa?
Oh, just a quick announcement about tomorrow's lecture. Friday is not our regular days for lectures, but I had this opportunity that I could not miss. Tomorrow, we are going to welcome a very knowledgeable and interesting speaker. She has served as a senior American diplomat for 27 years, and her area of expertise is Middle East. So her talk is going to be about United States foreign policy and Israel. So I hope that many of you will join and learn and ask questions. And I hope to see many of you tomorrow.
Thank you. Larry Crone?
Yeah, is there any way that those who are not having dinner on New Year's Eve can participate in the music and dancing?
Thank you, Larry. I actually neglected to mention that conversation. It's going to be dependent on the final number of signups that we get. Certainly, if there is room. So the plan is Monday to finalize the numbers. Tomorrow is the deadline, but when I'm here on Monday, I will collect any forms submitted over the weekend. And then I will get on the Zoom call next Thursday, announce what our final number is, and we'll communicate if there is any available for post-dinner to open the doors. Now, regardless, it will be limited seating. As of right now, we're at 75, which is at least 9 tables. If that number were to approach or go over 100, that will fill up the majority of the room. So, Larry, I apologize I can't answer that now. It will be dependent on the total number of signups for that event.
Thanks.
Okay, any other questions? Charlotte Chase.
I have something now that says meeting summary with AR Companion is on. Meeting summary uses the technology which may include third-party models. Does everybody have this?
I have canceled that, so that's a new feature and I'm not sure what it is and I just don't want to start.
So I'm not pressing anything.
Right. We'll look into it and see if it makes any sense for us. It is basically the ability of artificial intelligence to go back and look at what we've said and on question, summarize what has been said on topics so we can continue the discussion. I don't see that it adds anything to this, but I'm open to off this Zoom, discuss it with anybody who's had any experience with it. So, any other questions? Okay, well, have a great holiday and we'll see you next week, rain or shine.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, everyone.
Who was the winner? What happened to Barbara? She kept all those records.